Good evening. This is 1747 Central African Time, broadcasting from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm joined by Mr. Mnyara Zute in Indonesia. Is it good evening or good morning where you are? Hello? Hello? Mnyarazi? Okay, good evening, Mukooma Masimba. Good evening. It seems like there is audio issues there. Here we are, part 4 of Mukooma Masimba's update. And good afternoon, Bimbai.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I just wanted to introduce you to the stranger you were reading about. Munya Ute is here with us. He is in
Hello.
Indonesia.
Okay. Hello, brother. How are you?
I don't know whether his audio has got a problem, but he's not responding.
Okay, he's saying thumbs up. He can't hear us.
Oh, he can't hear us.
Yeah.
Okay. He can hear us and decided not to say anything. And
unless
then,
if he is muted.
No, he's not muted. Only Mukooma Masimba is muted.
Yeah.
All right. So from what you read, what did you understand?
You mean the ones that you sent me today?
Yeah, today.
All right. I understood you how you are explaining what's the need for the C2C and how the C2C works. As in, like, we need each other first, because with the example of Cecil not going to Zimbabwe, that we need to be organized, we need to create that structure. And from there, then we can be able to do bigger things because we are an organized people.
So you see what I asked you, that storytelling, you put it in one sentence, which means you can't tell a story from a story.
Okay.
So that's the skill to produce a newsletter. And imagine you have read something and you want to share to a person who doesn't know what you're talking about, who doesn't know what C2C is all about. Where do I start?
Yeah.
So imagine you're telling Gano. You have seen Tsuro Negudo. Yeah. So that's what we are missing in telling stories.
Yeah.
That this morning, Munya contacted me, concerned about his friend and brother, Mukooma Masimba. He was introduced to me by Mukooma Masimba in January.
Okay.
Before COVID took its toll on all of us.
Yeah.
Then when he saw me, he tried to get in touch with Mukooma Masimba to establish what's going on. They know each other. They'd visited each other in Australia.
Yeah.
And what he was gathering in the media was something that was of concern to him as a person.
Yeah.
And he was coming in to solve a problem as he understood it. So he proceeded to get in touch with me because he had seen me there and in the live broadcast. And that's what led to that conversation.
Okay.
First,
all right.
how is Mukooma Masimba? is there anything I can do to change the condition that I'm seeing? And then I referred him to another thread because I couldn't answer the same question that comes over and over again. And it exposes the fact that we are not organized. So I also shared the same thread with Mukooma Masimba, which then led to the two of them getting in touch. So the first problem was solved. How to reach out, how to get in touch. All I needed, I copied and pasted the conversation from Mukooma Masimba to know what I have shared with Munya. Then the two of them then called me with a conference call. Leading this. Then I send you the link and you are here. So I just wanted to announce that Munya said he's willing to be part of this C2C.
All right.
And he sees a benefit of it, not just to deal with the immediate issues related to Mukooma Masimba, but also to know other people, so that together we can have a coherent voice on problems. If there's a promise, there is a problem, it means he is in there.
All right. Brilliant.
So that's where we are. Mukooma Masimba is here with us to confirm that the conversation did take place, and Munya has agreed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Good morning, Mukooma Masimba. Is it good morning there?
It's exactly 5 minutes to 2 a.m. Good morning, Australia, and good evening, Africa.
Hello, Mukooma Masimba. How are you?
Good, thanks, Mimbai. How are you? Unfortunately, I can't use a camera at the moment because my battery is dying. So, Mimbai, I got your message from Mr. M. You'd like to understand Mukooma Masimba. Thank you very much, and nice meeting you.
Lovely meeting you too.
All right, Mimbai, I think you have read Mr. Mawele paraphrasing about this specific show, the present show. And I got in touch with Munya. He got consent because of my current situation. I'm recovering. I'm just trying to detoxify myself, to clean up myself from drugs and alcohol abuse. So I left home to go on the streets. It is called a choice. The word I, not working now. So I said to my wife, there's something like a spirit, like a dream, which is telling me to go. Just pack your bags and go where you always spend your time. I was living for the last 1 year, spending time not working, right? Spending time on the streets. When I say on the streets, it means I wake up in the morning. Around 9 o'clock, I'll be around the shopping malls at the back, Pamakone Magrosa, right? Then I met, there are always people there. There are always people come there. In Australia, they call us the junkies, my junkies, okay? Then I got so much into them. Some people are blaming Frank from Uganda, who's my best friend, because he's the one who took me there, because he's already connected in this area. I was living a life where I was just going to work, come home, work, come home. I didn't know the other side, the street life, the ghetto life of Australia, right? So Frank from Uganda is the one who took me there. Then I fall in love with it. Most Zimbabweans today, those who know Frank from my Facebook page, they are blaming Frank. But I'm saying again. I'm an adult. I'm over 18. Frank is my friend. It is me who is telling you I need to clean up myself. It is me who is telling you I used drugs. I'm still using, but I'm doing well. It is me who's telling you I smoke weed. It is me who's telling you I smoke cigarettes. It is me again who's telling Zimbabweans that I want to quit and start a new life. So focus on me. the reason why I came here, I see value on this platform. I learned some lessons before, right? Lots of lessons. So if I look at my storyline, just that I can't use a camera, if you have to look at me right now, Simba of now and Simba of before, you can see the differences. I'm like a ndapera in terms of umwe wangu waundoroka mwana mai, right? Tangu karombe so, right? So that's exactly like Shabani Mashawa mine. If you look at it, yapera yaondoka. So I'm just trying to take my personal situation and use it based on a case study of SMM, which is my choice again. That's why I came here. Mr. Mawe, after I did a thorough research on SMM, I think I have a story which is similar to SMM. But this story now, my story is me as an individual, not a business entity. Mr. Mawe, if you look at me today, I think I look like Shaban Mashauman. If you take my photo right now, if you give you a photo of Shaban Mashauman from Google Maps, the way it looks, the way you left it, Mr. Moe, it's exactly like my mother. When she's looking at me right now, Simba is finished. My mother cried. Right? She cried. When a mother cries, what does that mean? Where I come from? It means a lot. Misozia mai in my culture. Misozia mai in a Chirevo. Right? So I had an option to call my mother and say sorry. But again, I asked myself, mother's love is always there. That I know. So now it's about depression. That's number one. Whereby I went to seek medical help, which is clinical. And I was told your depression is not clinical depression. It's just simply depression where you can work it out yourself. You don't need any medication. All you can do, either we put you on therapy. They tried to put me to, I went to a psychologist, from GP to psychiatrist, from psychiatrist down to psychologist. Psychologist said to me, Simba, I cannot really do a good job with you because you're someone's able to pick up your points. You've got the energy. You can do it, Simba. I think I can put you on just social workers, just people to talk to, right? To me, what is a social worker to me? I mean, I can do it because I know where I'm messing up. Then I said, thank you very much. I've done psychiatrist, GP, psychologist. I've done counseling. Then I said, let me fix up myself or pick up myself. So now I'm outside. I had to leave the house. It's a spirit. It is a spirit now in me which made me leave the house. My last message with my wife, I sent it to Mr. Mawere. I've got the V11 here. I said to my wife, please just pick my bags. I want to go. He said, you want to go away? I said, I want to go. I had a dream. I said, go. Right? But me, I want to go clean up myself. That's all I want to do. So what is happening at the moment? Because when you're trying to clean up, remember my body was used to drugs, was used to mbanje. When I reduce, sometimes I go emotional. I'm at a stage whereby I'm trying to be strong. I'm doing well on my own personal capacity. If I used to drink 5 beers, now I drink 2 beers. If I used to smoke maybe $40 of cigarettes, now I smoke only $10. This is how I'm measuring myself on the streets, facing my demons, right? So here, as I'm talking to you, this is my book. I'm writing a book. The title of my book is simple. I'm looking for my mother. I know for sure my mother right now, or maybe tomorrow, someone will give you this link. She's going to hear my voice. Mom, I'm your son. I'm here, Mama. I'm looking for you, Mama. Mama, this one is called purpose in life. My purpose, Mama, what I've discovered at this stage, Mama, I think you know for sure, Mama. Simba is just Simba. I just do what I do. I love myself and I love everyone. And I love you too, Bimbai. And I treat everyone the same. The only challenge that I was having now was trying to start to be organized myself. That's why I'm here. Because here, I learned a lot. Here again, I've got a value here. I'm also a testimony for SMM. It's just like a case study, whereby the more I'm trying to do better, at least I thank God Mr. Quick for now is still available. And he said, no worries, I'm the one who asked him. I said, Mr. Mwere, I was so much addicted with Facebook Live. But if I can work with you, Mr. Mwere, please, whether you guide me, you go live, you aid me, because I want to share my story. Right? Some people thought Mawere is using me, yet it is me who asked Mawere. Right? In Pachigeto, ndini ndikushandisa mudhara. Remember time yake? Right? Let's not forget about it. He never charged me any money. My resources are right. I think this guy, Mr. Wade, is a true friend to me. Wait, I'm trying to be of full of a purpose. So now, that's my summary. But I've got something that I'll tell you, which I'll explain later as we move on. I have a solution for coronavirus. I am the true messenger from God. Prophet Patron Chaba was a true prophet. His purpose was only for coronavirus. That's another series again on that one. I'm just to show you where I'm going. Where I'm going is simple, right? Australia, that's where I live. Zimbabwe, that's where I was born. So why am I doing all this? Yet I live in Australia. My mother lives in Australia too, right? My immediate family, they're all in Australia, another one in New Zealand. So why am I doing all this? Just because I like what I learned from SMM, structures. Then we just do the right thing. Facts, facts, and facts, and facts, and facts. Example, here, I tested people here. I told them I am HIV positive. Then I kept quiet. Then I said I am HIV positive. That's what I said. But how do you know what I said is true? Oh, give us the V11. Then I said, okay, Mr. Mawere, I'm going to go to a doctor. I'm going to get a letter. I want you to keep this letter in my result side. Whoever wants this result, they have to pay $1,000 because you are coming too much to my space now. I cannot give you that result for free. Am I positive or negative? If you want to see the fact, you have to pay $1,000 to Mr. Mawere, right? For you to release that result. Can you see what I mean? I'm trying to say, here Zimbabwe, it's time for go deeper to go deeper for sure. Example, within a week while I'm here, after I shared with Mr. Mawere, I left my house. I chose to leave the house. Guess what? A few days later, Sekuru Banda and Sisi Tilda, my mother, Sisi Tilda, they did a show about me because they saw it on Facebook. Then they broadcasted a show whereby Sisi Tilda was asking Sekuru Banda, are you responsible for what is happening with Mukooma Masimba? You as a traditional healer. Then guess what? Sekuru Banda said, yes, that young man challenged me. It is me who have done that. So after I tried to reach out to Mama Tilda, Mama said, Simba, when I heard that show, I tried to reach out to you, but you didn't answer. Then I was like, Mama, when you saw my photos, when you know that I'm homeless, how can you expect me to answer your call there and there? Right? Let's just try to put it on a scale or like on a ground. Simba is homeless. Simba is on the streets. Simba is a drug addict who's trying to clean up himself. How dare do you expect Simba just to return one missed call or one message? Mama, please give me a chance. I also want to say my side of the story. Today here at 1873, Mukooma Mawere, my friend here, he phoned Mama Tilda. One good thing about God Deeper and Mukooma Masimba, it is spot on. Mukooma Mawere said, hello, Sis Tilda, this is Mukooma Mawere. I've got mwana wenyu akukutsvagai mamuziva here. Then Mama T was like, Mukooma Masimba, because she calls me mwana wangu. But Mukooma Masimba ndakamutsvaga, ndakamufonera, ndakaisa message, haana kubatika. Then ndandine show that same morning yacho. Saka ndakatopedza ndatovhara show, handidzokorodze show. Kati mama, show haina kupera. You as mama, that's fine. But you as a professional journalist on a national radio, how dare can you just broadcast a one-side story? Maverenga nyaya yangu yokuenda murondi kwangu. Hamuna kutaura nini panyaya papa. Then Sekuru Banda went to claim is responsible for me to go on the streets. I deny. You are taking advantage of me. You're taking advantage of me. I chose to go on the streets. I chose to face my demons. I chose to come up with a story to share with my friends, right? Then someone from somewhere called Sekuru Banda, the one that I challenge, not only Sekuru Banda, I challenged all traditional healers, all prophets in Zimbabwe, all Aroi, all witches. If you have powers, I'm now in Australia. I want you to show me your powers. So Banda, stop lying. If it is you, Sekuru Banda, right, who's saying I've made Simba to go on the streets. Okay, Sekuru, can you please give me a signal so that I know it's you? Because I challenged a lot of people. So how do I know it's you, Sekuru? For example, when I sleep, when I get a chance to sleep, in my dreams, guess who's coming? Only that guy when nuns, we I can bonus and nuns. That's only guy when I got a sofa. I don't need to go not Sekuru Banda. Right? So Sekuru Banda gave me a clue. Otherwise, you are talking nonsense, you are lying, I deny, and I'm willing to meet you live and to challenge you. So basically, the news in the media, they were focusing on a dog chasing a cat. But with Mukooma Masimba, I'm trying to say go deeper. It simply means a cat chasing a dog. Right? News in Zimbabwe, Mukooma Masimba now a homeless man. That's news. But that's not the news. That same guy who challenged Sekuru Banda is now homeless. Right? Let's find out why. You ask me first. Then whoever claims to be responsible, because it was my choice. That's why I was saying to people, don't worry. For now, I don't need your help. All I want to do right now, I'm walking a journey to my mother. No wonder why even whoever was calling me, I've never picked up calls. I don't have time at the moment. I'm focusing on my journey to meet my mother. Who is this mother? That's a good question. When my mother cried, right? My mother, when I heard, I never saw her crying. I heard, Simba, when you went on the streets, your mother cried. Right? That was a call from a family. When a mother cries, right? I just, that's the day that I woke up. This day, you see, I chose to go on the streets. I broadcasted that. Then I heard my mother cried. Then I heard Sekuru Banda saying, I'm responsible. You see? But Sekuru Banda said, no, I deny. I deny with the challenge. I deny with the challenge to you, Sekuru Banda, and to whoever thinks they've got those powers. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm speaking now in spirit of God deeper. I'm sick and tired of things that we heard, of things that we see, of things that we know. Yet the question remains, how do you know what you know is true? Let's go deeper. How do you know what you know is true? That's where God deeper starts. Right now, as I'm talking to you. Right? Finally, my last point for you, my sister. I have a cure for. Remember, my goal, number one, Mr. Moiri, I want to be that guy who came out of depression by showing what I'm doing. That's why I'm recording my activities. Even tomorrow, if I wake up, if I feel like I need to use eyes, I'll go there and I'll record it. I will never hide. Okay? I want to face my demons. Right? Then, how am I managing my improvements? If you check, I used to go live every minute, every second. On my personal page, which was blogged by our beloved people from Zimbabwe community, they made a complaint to Facebook. No, Simba can't be on camera. It doesn't look well. Simba's on drugs. But again, the same people, they are forgetting. I'm here writing a book. When you hear someone saying, I'm depressed, don't rush to say, why can't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why? Please just ask. What can I do to help you? What do you want? What are you thinking? Be a step back. Let that person be in front. All you have to do is to support if you can support. If you rush, I got so many calls. Go back to Zimbabwe. This is Sekuru Banda. Go to church. Go to this prophet. I'm like, okay, people, hang on. I'm the boss. I'm now in charge. This is my storyline. This is reality. I'm on the streets right now as I'm talking. All right? So let me tell you what I want. I'm looking for my mother. Which mother? This is broad terms. This is deeper now. A mother means my motherland, Zimbabwe. There's a lot that I need to provoke. There's a lot that I need to face. Number one, imagine I, as Mukooma Masimba, challenged Sekulu Banda and defeated Sekulu Banda. When I say defeated, ndakabuda pamandega ndobva wada kumhanya kuti ndisu Sekulu Banda nonsense. Defeated. But the news headlines, they'll never say Mukooma Masimba or Sekulu Banda, Mukooma Masimba denies. They'll never write that. You know why? Because Banda is on the ground. You pay money. You bribes people. But this is digital era. I've got a phone, I've got a battery. That's all I need, and I will use it. Star FM, if you don't give me a chance tomorrow, Sunday morning, then Mama Tilda, you are not a fair. You are not a professional journalist. You are biased. You are biased based on my facts. Then after I say that, now I suspect. Listen to my words, I suspect. You are working with Sekulu Banda. You are using me, Mama Tilda. Can you see? I suspect. I'm not accusing you. I put all the reasons why you broadcasted Sekulu Banda. You said he's responsible for me. I'm here. Give me a chance. You don't want to give me a chance. That is bullying. You lack profession. Even just to issue a statement that Simba said I deny. She can't do that. Very arrogant. The way she hung up the phone. That kind of players are very arrogant. That's another challenge. Whereby the Zimbabweans, just because it's a mother, she's always correct. I'll give another example. Masimba was invited. I'm a member of one of the Facebook groups. Okay, we had a show. We wanted to honor a certain lady. Then Masimba was chosen. I was part of the committee. You could have preparations here, anniversary group. Masimba was chosen. Masimba wakafonerwa. Kuti mama, tikuti anniversary yedu. That is kwa Sisimeli diaries. Kwa Sisimeli wewe. Right? That kupeka pa kumpenge. Mama, Sisimeli, I feel inspired by you, Mama. I want to honor you for 6 months anniversary. Vakafara pa phone, I'm told. But all right, tine present yenyu. Taku present Mama just a cake for you. Right? Tukona yako Monday. The call was on a Friday. Weekend vanhu vakamhanya. Right? Takatumhanya kutsvaka vanotazima keke kumhanya on a member group. Trying to honor Masimba. On Monday, keke rapo, my teachers are printwa, vanhu vasvika pa office, kana Masimba, no, talk to my manager. Then they phone the manager. Manager said, musajja kekero kandiri mushonga, musajja kekero semsa kuti fonera mabvani kupi. Then we are like tabane kuna Masimba, tatala Masimba. Masimba did not tell us she's got the manager. She answered the phone. We told her we are coming from a group to cook all night, right? Then he said, come, take a printer, my teachers, take a bekesa cake. Can you see? Those people, those are all volunteers, 4 ladies and Apostle IK. Their time trying to build the community. What Masimba did was so unprofessional, very wrong. But as you tell me, because she's a mother. She's a mother. Can you see? Sometimes when you put structures, a mother is not wrong, but a mother is breaking a structure. Tilda is not wrong, she's a mother, but Tilda is not doing a job. We have to make sure everyone with any responsibility, they have to be accountable. That is go deeper na Mukooma Masimba. I have a cure for coronavirus. That's my introduction to you. Thank you very much. I get emotional when I say go deeper. Please bear with me. I'm still recovering, my sister. Bear with me. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your account. And I'm not sure whether Munya is there. Archie, are you there? Are you picking up what is going on? Archie and Munya, are you on? Archie is on mute. Okay, Munya is on there. The reason we had come here was just to announce that Munya has agreed to be part of this building community power to solve problems. And he has recognized the need to come together for a cause. And as such, he says, no, I not only do the $30, but I'll do more because it's my friend, the Mukooma Masimba. What happens to Mukooma Masimba is of concern to him because he did visit Melbourne, met with Mukooma Masimba, and to read and learn about what is going on was of concern to him personally.
Yeah.
Mukooma Masimba Wimbai is the one who is handling the C2C. So I will give Wimbai the number of Munya so that we can process what we need to process. Wimbai went through the long message, but I had asked her to summarize it for a grandmother. What do you say when you read something and you are provoked to say something? How many of us assume that the other person knows what exactly you think they should know when they actually don't know? So when somebody is sick, even we assume, it's easy for somebody to assume that I know exactly what someone is going through. And what I know to be real is real when it's not real, when it's not fact. So digging deeper is to reduce the frontiers of ignorance, that we all live surrounded by ignorance, and human life was designed never to be knowledgeable about all things that require knowledge. Are there any contribution towards Masimba being done for him? Yes, Matabi, just to announce that we have agreed to use the C2C as a bridge to conveying whatever assistance, and also to Mukooma Masimba, and also to invest in platforms that make sense. And Tat Zim said, Mukooma Masimba, you are having a dysfunctional relationship with social media. But the good thing, Mukooma Masimba, you know what it is? Tat Zim is here every day you are on the show. So if it's dysfunctional, then shouldn't it be both dysfunctional to the receiver of the signal that Mukooma Masimba is on air, and the one who is asking the question or observing? Which actually do you want? Like, what is the way forward? Fine, we all made at you and stuff, but what do you want? Please be real. Not what he wants, but what you want. And what we are saying is, as a people, instead of having me every day on this platform, let's get people who can be the residents of this platform. Do we need to learn? The answer is yes. Learn from who? The answer is anybody who can pretend to know better. Let's learn. Even the experiences of Mukooma Masimba is good learning. And some of us learn. Good evening, Marcy. How are you? And guest too. She's greeting us all the way from the UK.
Thank you.
So here we are, learning to build institutions. I was talking to Mukooma Masimba and Munya about a man called Rhodes, Cecil John Rhodes. A whole country was named after him. And the people of the day, even after the successors, were proud to be called Rhodesians. So if Mukooma Masimba had the same people who looked up to him, would have a small country in the virtual space. What you call, if it's Rhodesian, MGN or what, I don't know, MMGN, one would call it something else. And Kiera Msanga, no, Tadirai says, how are you, Sisi? Very correct. Says, attention seeker chaiye. That Mukooma Masimba is like meat that is inviting flies. But when you ask a fly, what are you looking for? Why are you going after innocent meat? The fly says, no, why is the meat there anyway? Because if there was no meat, I wouldn't come. So there are many people who come on social media. Then they accuse others of being attention seekers. People are so good, Sandra says, at pointing fingers and finding fault without actually coming up with solutions. Let's find a solution to the issue at hand. That's why we are here with Munya. I don't know whether he's willing to come forward and show him his face and step forward and be counted in this arena where Sandra thinks people are doing nothing when they're doing something. We have said we will process so that we can get the funds where they are needed, but there is no donation. There's nothing. It's value for value. If you believe that there are lessons to be learned and that we don't have role models, and I'm using we deliberately, that many of us, when we look up the stars, we have no one to look up to. There is no solution for this man. He has did on solution to his issues. Adira says there is no solution. But Adira, is it not enough just to keep quiet if you have nothing to say? If you have something to say, let those who want to chip in do so. Without casting doubt and commenting on a person's condition or whether he's doing it for himself or not. How many people we pay to do the things that they love to do? How many people make a difference to other people just by appreciating what other people do, by giving up time or by the giving up the money in the time. And very point, opinion is valid. That's fine. If you have your opinion, that's fine. But here we're trying to give an update. Mukooma Masimba is giving account of it. And we just wanted to announce for those with ears to hear that actually there is something that is happening, and there is a vehicle to be able to make the difference. And the person who has stepped forward to do so is here with us, is listening to us, and is saying, I can't just remain indifferent. Whatever is going on, I want to be part of the answer to whatever is going on. If it means to getting Zimbabwe wherever they are to be united on the basis of a fact, let's get the facts across. Mukooma, you know, I have known you for years. Kudara Muchiri, ne 5 viewers. I was one of those viewers. You grew so much. I personally learned a lot from you. But why did you choose this path of self-destruction? And do you think I enjoy watching you like this? When I was on drugs and being crazy, you told me to get it together, but now you are leaving. The same way I confided in you 5 years ago, Musadaro. So that them, if Mukooma Masimba is here to give an account of his story on his feet, wherever he is, let's salute and celebrate that. Let us not go back, because going back does not bring today, the today that we have to make choices. If you wish to be part of the solution so that others may benefit, touch them, that's the spirit we are looking for. It's not the spirit of going back. And is there anyone else? A very good point. He has hurt and traumatized a lot of women. Okay, I hope you are one of them, Daddy Rai. Because if there are women who are traumatized, let's give them their own voice. Please bring them forward so that in their own voice we can find the depth of the hurt and the trauma that he has caused. And he can apologize or do whatever is required to build bridges. At most, have forgiven and forgotten. That's why he says he's an attention seeker, because he has no remorse. But if you are one of the injured parties, Dadirai, step forward, use your own voice, because here we say your voice is your power, nobody else's voice. You can't outsource a voice so that others may speak on your behalf. If I step on your toe, please, by all means, be the complainant, be the one who cries. But let us not cry on behalf of living people. Even the dead, they have no power of attorney to give me to speak on their behalf. So who am I to say what is reality and what is fiction? Mukooma Masimba, to be honest, when I was going through whatever I was going through, he was there for me. But Vakamera Mapapiro, Rido Usadaro, Demet. Okay, I thought them, I've forgiven and forgotten and shall not open healed wounds. So as long as you are the victim, then there are never old wounds to an injury. An injury that is not cured in your heart, in your mind, remains an injury. So if there are things to be said, Adirai, please say so, but don't use the past to judge the present. Because between the past and today, there are many changes that may have taken place without your knowledge and consent. So let us look forward. Let us lean forward. Then Adirai Ndikoko, I remember what he did to you and the way people laughed at you. You were shamed and called names. Fine, Masimba, we'll have a day in your book, a chapter in your book, where we are talking about these things, nasty as they are, because it's always the victim that feels the pain. It's never the perpetrator who feels the pain. So when a victim speaks, then we listen. I'm not going that avenue, Angu. I only said my opinion, that it's good to say your opinion, but it's also good to step forward. Stand on your feet, not on your knees. Daddy, you dated Masimba, so why are you being so judgmental? So if you dated and something went wrong, let us use that as knowledge of how to build relationships. We all learn. It is difficult to solve issues like this on social media. My advice, need to stay away from the Masimba. She never dated Masimba. Now there's a dispute as to whether there was dating or not. But let's not go there. Here we are to celebrate Munya, who says, no, I'm in Indonesia. I visited Mukooma Masimba. He may be evil to everybody else, but to him, he remains a brother that is worth stepping forward and also stepping up to the plate to say, I want to be one of the solution providers, and please recognize me. And you may not like what my choices are, but it's no good not to learn. Imagine there were million Jesuses who came and lived with other people. Would we have learned better? Imagine there were many prophets called Mahomet. Would we have been better for it? Imagine we are all instruments of nature, and one of us can be the basis on which we reflect. Then what is wrong with us using one person as a case study so that as he writes his book of real lives, there are many people who write books of fictitious people, create a name, put actions, thoughts in a name, and go forward. What about the person who goes out there in public? You see him being homeless. You see him living on the other side of the mountain, rough as it may be, but still alive to tell the story. There are many who die with so many stories untold, yet they're human like you and me. And this is Tadirai Matagi, because the true lies just to destroy me. Tadirai, but Masimba said you slept together when you visited him in Australia. Was it a lie? Should we go that route where we are interrogating things that happen in closed doors? Passing a ZANU-PF murderers. I wish to quick recovery to Mukooma Masimba. That's Charles Mangojo. That's what we get. ZANU-PF is not here, yet it deserves attention. Can you imagine? What would the dead people say when we speak about Logos as a murderer, that ZANU-PF, not the people? If somebody was murdered, is it not sufficient to come forward to speak to it, to speak to the experiences of those who live to tell the story? Is it sufficient to group murder into something that may resemble ZANU-PF so that we prove that we are smarter, we are better thinkers, better actors? Is that the way you wish this book to be written? And those who want to join as we wind up, we just ask for 15 minutes of Munya's time. Maybe you guys can wind up, give your conclusions. Munya said we will check whether he can come in first to make his own announcement. But for now, we can salute. We can also celebrate. Okay, any final comments?
Yeah, I think everybody has an opportunity to share their side of the story, and without anybody judging. And if somebody has something to share, they're also welcome to come share their stories, their experiences. That way, we both get to learn from different kinds of people. And I think that is what the role of media is. It's about sharing these stories, and we pick up, or one picks up what works for them and what doesn't work for them. I think it's all about lessons that are learned at the end of the day.
And Vimbai?
I think having been seeing what is going on in this case, it means there is so much interest in each other's lives, and we do touch each other's lives, though positively or negatively. And there is so much, I would say, either hatred or commenting, or we not knowing deep things of what's going on to each other. So we are better off getting organized. We are better off talking to each other to say, you know what is it that you need? But we can do that when we are connected to each other. And we take this opportunity, like as in one example, where we say we are all over the world, but all of us, for whatever reason, we are all here. We are all listening to this story of Mukooma Masimba, and basing on what we have seen on social media, where we all know that on social media, one can be anything that you want to be, because we have this, like the situation, the media allows us to be actors. It can be real, it can be fake, it can be whatever. But as long as we don't talk to each other to really understand what's going on within us, then there is no way we can be like real, have a true picture of what is going on. So maybe using this platform that we have now, the C2C, as a vehicle where we get to know each other, where we build these communities, where we say, you know what, my sister, who are you? What exactly are you what is it that is going on into your life, without expecting that, because I've spoken to you and then I'll become rich, because I've spoken to Mr. Mawere, what benefit will I get from that? But the fact that I am here, I'm one of those who just like, if it's for those who read today, like, what's going on with this guy? I've been seeing here and there, posts about him, but who is he? So you find, like Mr. Mawere said earlier on, that some people who are complaining or who are saying whatever they're saying, they've been following this man for years, right? But does it mean they really know this person? Do they really know who Mukooma Masimba is? So yes, it is good that we have this platform now. It's a radio, it's being recorded. Whoever wants to come and say their peace of mind, please feel free to come in and say what you have to say. Then that way we learn from each other, we build each other up, and we are there as a community, and we will be able to help each other whichever way. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Munya still is not talking. So is Munya available?
He's not here, is he? No, don't think so.
No, I can't see him either.
No, he's in.
No, I guess he's not available.
Mukooma apana chiroi, but just awareness. Please pull your shit together. We love you. Or rather, personally, I love you. Munya says he's talking, but we can't hear him. So I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know whether he's the problem with the audio. So that's not really, no one knows Masimba. That's a fact. My sister, Wadi Kundi Dizao. So I think there are comments. So as Mukooma Masimba is not with us, and so we have, I think, the end of the road. Maybe he was tied up. I can hear everything, but it seems you can't hear me. That's Munya. I think that happens. Only Masimba knows himself, and obviously, please, Mdara Mawere, stop entertaining this mad Masimba. Leave him in peace. Okay. So there seems to be a determined voice that ignore Mukooma Masimba. So when it's my turn, I think Ghanas will say, ignore Mawere.
But at the end of the day, my question, Mr. Mawere, is still, like we were saying the other day, that we have over 50,000. We have been, you and me have been talking here. At max, we're reaching like 1,000, 2,000 people, right? You and me, or a few ones who have been joining us. Since Mr. Mukooma Masimba has been coming to this session, these shows of C2C, we are reaching 51,000. We are reaching. Where are these people coming from? And why are they coming? If they don't care, if they just want to be having, I don't know, how is one supposed to understand this?
So I think, Mr. Mawere, you can't read from my commentary earlier. You can read, and our discussion, I guess, was going to repeat the same thanks. So I think Munya has already spoken in words, and we have, Daddy Rai says, can you add? Maybe let's get Daddy Rai so that Mukooma Masimba.
I did post the link. I did post the link to say those who want to talk as Vimbai Chuswa, there is a link there. Those who want to join the show, we are still here. They can join in and say what they have to say.
So let's see. Let's give 5 minutes. We have 4 minutes to go. Let's see whether Adirai comes, Mukooma Masimba is back, so he can address that issue. Whether Adirai and Ghana say give him space, and then space to do what? He went to the hospital and he was released. True sister, we are MM's followers. So where would imagine someone blaming meat for flies, or a fly blaming the meat? Daddy Rai, just click that link. It will take you to this meeting.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, from what I'm understanding, Mukooma Masimba is saying, I am here, I want to talk, I want to tell my story. How about we just listening to what he's saying? He is telling it on his own terms and his own condition. He is telling his story. So instead of us all being the judges, being all the know-it-all, how about we just listen to what he's saying? And we see if there is something that we can learn from that.
So Ghana says, I don't know how to use the link. I'm using a phone, okay? Go to my Facebook page. It's posted there. Then you just click on my Facebook page.
Yeah, because at the end of the day.
So that's and Ghana's wanted there. Ghana is saying, why don't you leave Mukooma Masimba to deal with his problems on his own, and leave him alone? So that's where we are. Some people are saying, not
sorry,
some people.
I got kicked out. I was pressing a lot. So I was saying, if there is one thing that I have come to learn, is that maybe me, among others, I tend to see things and I tend to make my own opinions of something, maybe without knowing the full story, maybe without knowing what's going on. How about giving the person a chance? Because Mukooma Masimba said, this is me. I'm coming. I am coming. I'm telling my story. How about just listening and see where that will take us? Maybe at the end of the day, we will find you will tell us what he needs, and then we will know where to help if he needs that help. Maybe just one space where he can talk about what's going on in his life.
Oh, hello. Oh, okay. It was quite difficult to go in, but yeah.
Oh, you are here. Okay.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Thank you for accepting me on your platform.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you to everyone.
Okay. I think you wanted to say something.
Yes. What I wanted to say in the beginning, it is very sad what is gone to Mukooma Masimba. And it's something that, even if someone is done wrong to you, you'd praise to say yes, Chamuwana or something like that. I think Zimbabweans were raised in a community whereby we know we are charismatic, we know kuti tinoregerana, and not to carry such things, but we have to keep Mukooma Masimba in our prayers. Whether he's doing a skit or it's in real life, by the times you see it's in real life, because he continues to talk about his mother, his mother, his mother. So all I wanted to say, yes, Mukooma Masimba, I'm not a god to judge him. On my case, yes, I know it is this thing of getting views, getting to do loves and likes that is on the social media. But I think he's done it for quite a long time. I've known him from that Makeda TV. Tichiri kuita subscribe Facebook is. He used to share good things. He's actually good otherwise, a good analysis, a good moderator. He's very intelligent. That is not a lie. But on the other things, we all have our weaknesses and we shouldn't be judging anyone of what they do. At times you do skit, so it will be difficult for people to understand whether this was a joke or not. But on the issue of causing stress, depression, and hurt in a lot of women, is something that he didn't see it, because all he was concerned was on him to have loves and likes and have a lot of people on a group, or someone would come to him, let's do this person today, let's do that. So he kind of like played with a lot of people's life, and he didn't understand this. It is hurting. Some people were just being hurting.
Do you have a personal experience with him? Maybe
Yes, I'm going there.
Okay.
So, it get on to him to be a game, of which I personally, I did forgive and forget about it. And up to now, it's just, as I was typing, it was just a story I'm talking over. But I do feel sorry for him, and I also pray for him. So with my case, Mukooma Masimba, I used to talk to him. I'm a nurse as a profession. I work in the United Kingdom. I used to talk to him on a level of a brother and a sister. And he came to understand myself, the job I do and what I do, Yes, I've been to Australia as a repatriation nurse in Perth, at a hospital there in Australia. I repatriated a patient there. And that time I did not meet Mukooma Masimba. I only met people who lived in Perth, who were on social media. And I met some of them at the airport as I was coming back. And I only said, Mukooma Masimba, I came to Perth, this area, what. And that time, I still remember he was with the wife, my Ziza. In that time, he was talking very good thing. I'm so proud of you, sister, this, that. There wasn't anything that today Mukooma Masimba just changed all of a sudden, to went on to that level. And after that, he was talking to me. I've got my girlfriend, and he played people's mind. I don't want to say much about it. I was talking to both of them, the one whom he calls Jane. And I wouldn't want to say her name because I know in real life we're talking Kuseri. She would even call me, Tete, look here, look what Masimba is doing to me, this, that. I feel sorry for her as a woman, that girl. She's a young girl. I feel sorry for her because her mind was played up with Mukooma Masimba as well, as a woman. Her mind was played up. I think, she also have a heart of saying, okay, if I drop him, where is he going to go? And she was played up to say, okay, let's say that I came to Australia and I slept with her. So because people want drama on Facebook, the story changed. Simba had an issue with, there's a lady called Leopa. That lady was broken. She was very fragile, very vulnerable, and she was hit hard. up to until she moved away on social media, because Masimba played that lady saying he was dating me. I never dated Mukooma Masimba at all. So it was a skit he was playing, and I was hated left, right, and center up to now, and people would judge me and all that. And it is kind of very stressful what actually happened, and I think a lot of people would know what I'm talking about. And it was always Nadirai Ndikoko, all sorts of names being called, it I definitely knew this is, at the end of the day, I know it was all false, but it hit me very hard. I was hurt. I even went for counseling. It is because it affected the life of my children. It affected my ability to carry my duty as a nurse. Nobody cared. He didn't have the V11 to show on the social media. Social media can break you if you don't get a support. If I wasn't in the United Kingdom where I could get a counseling, I could be broken. But I picked myself up. I say, I'm the boss of the house. I have to provide dinner on the table for my kids. I seek the help. I became the strongest link. I did not come out of social media. This was because of the help of counseling I was getting. I stood up strong. It made me strong because it was false allegation. Masimba and her wife Jane would create stories and they would talk wrong. I will not blame the wife Jane because she was also being told what to do. And she just hated the woman whom she hasn't seen. She knew that I am tethered to her. But because Masimba had framed these things so that they want to have viewers in their groups or his group for them to have popularity on the social media. So this became their daily living thing, winding up people and breaking other people's hearts. It is not easy living in the diasporan where you are damaged to the level that you might as well lose your registration as a nurse, with some circumstance of you saying, my brother, we are my brother because we share the same soil. So there is quite a lot of women. This Leopa, she hates me today. She was told that this, that, and she came to me. I ended up blocking her. She came with another ghost. She hated so hard that you have taken my men. Everyone on social media say that Rai has taken Masimba. But people who are in the UK knew that it was wrong. And I never said this woman is crazy or Masimba is crazy, but I felt for Leopa. I even referred her to a pastor to say, look, you are being played up. I even spoke to her to say, look, your mind is being played up. Nothing I did wrong. I've never ever dated Masimba. She didn't take what I said because she was being influenced by Mukooma Masimba. So the lady, she ended up leaving Facebook, but with Mukooma Masimba, I personally forgive him. So
Okay.
I cannot say a way forward is that I have forgiven him, and I think it's a learning process for him that today we wouldn't be seeing him coming back on social media, because we all knew that he has been homeless. The reason why he was having problems with the wife Jane. That is what we were seeing, not from gossiping. Today he's in the car. Today, Jane is in work, he's in home. Today, he's kind of chased out. He was even playing this woman, Jane, in Australia. Why I say that? He went to show us a woman who's from Kenya, and he said, Jane left me. And we were worried to say, why is he doing this? This Jane, I think she's helping him. So that's when I said, Mukooma Masimba has hurt a lot of women. He winded up a lot of women. He played with their feelings. Every woman you want to be loved, but he played with Leopa's mind and Jane's mind, although Jane knew it was a game. Because I spoke to her, Jane said, game Mukooma Masimba wasi, and I said, it is going to be dangerous. This woman will kill herself. After that, they now changed to say, I slept with Dadirai.
Oh, who said he slept with you?
Mukooma Masimba came on the social media and said that I came to Australia and I slept with her when Jane was in work. I don't even know. Yes, it was a big show and it would involve a lady who is here, La Diva, because she didn't know Mukooma Masimba. We knew Mukooma Masimba all along. I've known Mukooma Masimba for more than 5 years. Only on social media of what
you have never met him.
I've never met him. I've never met him. I've known a lot of people. We were in Keda. I've known Rutendo Loveness for many years. I've known there's quite a number of people that, you know, when Keda group was going on, we started from there, and we used to see Rutendo Loveness and Mukooma Masimba.
That's what we're discussing with him off air since yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
To say, Masimba, there has to be some closure to these skits.
That's true.
That involve third parties.
That's correct.
But even now, to say anyone knows what is going on, I don't know.
Yeah, so on there you were right, all of you. And my sister, is it Wimbai? You're very correct that, you know what, we should hear the other part in order to get a closure. You have mentioned you started from this small number and the number increases and increases. So there's a lot that we don't know and we can't make a closure. It is very true because today you don't know that you're doing a skit with him. This is how he started, Mukooma Masimba.
Dadrai, we have Honorable Muliswa, I see him there, and Masimba. Is that Honorable Muliswa?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Oh, how are you, Honorable Muliswa? So I didn't show my face for some certain reasons.
Okay.
But that's my name, and I'll be able to share with you.
Dadirai, please just wait a bit. Honorable Nawakumbira is emergency Barukumanya. Nokumbira to Apotamio. Honorable Muliswa. Mukooma Ndaganchukunetsai. Zita rangu nitwa Mukooma Masimba. Mukooma Temba. Ndinogara ku Australia. Ndiri Australian citizen. Then ndakadiagnosed with depression last year. Kuno ku Australia. Ndakatadza kuzvigamuchira, ndakataka kumwa doro, more fodya, more mbanje, then I ended up on drugs. Mukooma Temba, ndikutaura nditori paroad right now. Mukooma Temba, ndine spirit yeZimbabwe yakandibudisa pamba inonzi God Deep, yakati iwewe uri munhu wechina. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Ndikuuza Mukooma Temba. Saka Mukooma Temba, pane nyaya yangu ndepekudai. Inini ndakadzidza case study ya Shabani Mashwamaini. Ndakaona Shabani today. Ndo zvakaita picture yangu ndapera Mukooma. But ndo saka ndakauya pali Mr. Mawere. Ndibatsire kunyora book rangu. Right? Mukooma Temba, ndine HIV positive. tiri mucorona, ndiri homeless, ndiri panze, ndiri mu-Australian citizen. Asi kana ma-Australian government achikuti Zimbabwe reform. Ko inini mwana weZimbabwe, mwana weAustralia, ndiri muroad right now Mukooma Temba. Let's ask that ambassador kuZimbabwe kuti what about Mukooma Masimba mwana weZimbabwe, mu-Australian, anogara panze, kuri kunaya, ndine kune corona, I'm HIV positive. They also lie Mukooma Temba ma-Australians, vanonyepa futi wawawa. Let's ask them those questions Mukooma Temba. Right? Mukooma Temba. Right? At the moment, now, ndaka challenge sekuru banda. Takati Zimbabwe yese munobirwa mari kuma radio kwazara matsotsi. Pastor FM Mukooma Temba. Mama vangu Tilda vakavhura radio banda kuti ndini akandiroya. Ndakabuda pamba kuti ndirwire Zimbabwe Mukooma Temba. Kwete banda alakundiroya. Ndakabuda ndega kuti ndirwire Zimbabwe kuti Australia munonyepa imimi. Ndiri mwana weZimbabwe wai muchipanisha nyika yangu. Ini muchitonesha kuti muchinyepera kutanzi tochengeta ma-Australians kunoku. Ndiri paroad Mukooma Temba kuri kunaya. I can show you my camera right now. Kuri kunaya. Ndine corona. Ndine HIV. Kucorona. Kwa mapirisi angu asara pai. Ndasara ku train station. Ndakavabvunza madokta kuti makandi discharge panapa. Kwa mapirisi angu chamaisa pai. Kuda kundiuraya Mukooma Temba, please, Mr. Moere, can you please help me to summarize young Mr. Moere? Help me. The MP, I don't think it's also going to parliament, Mr. Moere. Help me, Mr. Moere. Somebody is doing what you want.
All right, Ndazinzwa, can I just say something?
Go ahead, Mukooma Temba.
One thing, Vita, I've heard what you've said in terms of what you want me to try to do. Papa, adjourned for now until the 25th, and I'll try to get hold of the Australian ambassador to Zimbabwe, Zimbabwean ambassador to Australia, and I'll talk to the Australian ambassador here. You've told me, so I'll just look at it and then I'll revert back to you. Then I'll write the letter, my contact details, I'll go on WhatsApp like you've done. That's really what I can do for now.
Thank you. Then number 2, Mukooma Temba. Do you know Pastor FM radio, a national radio? Sekuru banda baka declare kuti ndini ndamuroya Mukooma neye. But CCTV vari kundinyima my side of the story and show yatovharwa. Kuda kutaura kuti aiwa ndini ndakabuda pamba ndiwira Zimbabwe. Asi sekuru banda. Musaende kwa sekuru banda hana chakaita kwandiri.
Iyo handingaipindireyo. Yawandipa uri murodhi uri kutambura. What the embassy is doing. Saka, I'll look into the yacho and the guy Pindura. If you may just allow me to just excuse myself now. I've taken note of what you've said. You've asked me to come on stream.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Moere.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, only bonga dona vari kumhanya because I'm going to do emergency. It's okay, we continue.
All right.
Oh, that's Nguku explain.
Sorry, Daddy. Sorry.
No, that's okay, Mukooma Masimba. Sorry, that's okay. Daddy. So what it is, I won't take long.
Mr. Moera,
what it is.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
thank you, Daddy. Daddy, all I can say to you, I want to continue with you. I'm listening to you, right?
Okay.
Can I please continue with you, Pa Bukura Ndinaro, as part of my recovery of depression? I want to hear your full story. Then I also want to say my side as we engage, as we continue. Pa Bukura Ndinaro.
I would want to munyore story yangu, you know.
Dadrai, Bukura Dadrai. Do Bukura Churro. Mr. Moero tell you more. Naneta Nunaiwa. Dadrai, can you continue?
I want to say my story.
Dadrai, please. I'm sorry, Dadrai. Can I be excused? Oh
yeah, well,
then I'll continue with you from tomorrow. So continue with your story, okay? I'll catch up with you.
Thank you,
Mr.
very much.
Can you please,
right.
Guys, viewers, Mr. Moere, can I be excused? Right. Thank you, guys.
Right. So with all this today, Mukooma Masimba, we are like kuti vari homeless, vari kuita sei, anditeka. Homeless yavo, I think Atinga is yet on the public domain. ende taiona zvavaiita even vakadzi vari papa kuchiona mukadzi everyday. Nhasi I was on the story yemukadzi wekukinya wakamboona kuti ava nemukoma Masimba palive apa handiti mukadzi wacho Jane ari kubasa is doing this aitaura nemukadzi uya uya vatorara ikoko vari toneshamwari inonzi Frank, all that those kind of things handiti ka made mukoma Masimba kuti varambe vachidzingwa kumba. Mukadzi uya achitombotaura kuti mukoma Masimba ndichakudzinga kuzi unomwa doro stereki handiti. We didn't know that he was that time because I'm talking of a year before last year. Anditika. Only this Frank came in the picture of Mukooma Masimba last year because his life is on Facebook. And people who used to follow him would know that. Before last year, Mukooma Masimba he had a problem. Jane akatoenda kubulawayo. I used to talk them worry too. Jane achienda kubasa. They used to ring me very kuti sister Twitter say not no Jane chitega kusiya Mukooma Masimba. We used to talk usually very private that I'm not going to say here. Even Jane wacho kana asina kuya twisted zvakaitwa kuti achichinja. You know, tichikanselana Mukooma Masimba chirega kudaro, you know. All this kusiya kwakaita kubasa and so on. Ndaizviziya. But I wasn't that type of a person ane achifumura zvinhu because ndabayiwa nebanga kumusana. Inyaya yekuti you don't fight back if you are stabbed that way. But what do you have to do? You just have to forgive and forget. Mukooma Masimba right now, you have heard him saying he's writing a book, which is good for him, for his therapy. He's saying he's been diagnosed this last year with depression. He's saying he's got these problems of drugs and so on. Even in Zimbabwe, even anybody in any country have now because of stress yeku diaspora aiwa varikumba cheko vari kutozviita zvemadrugs izvi vari kudzingwa mudzimba nemaparents or nevakadzi kunzibuda handitika. But Mukooma Masimba, what I'm saying now is it's very difficult to know kuti ichokwadi chekuti vakatodzingwa here or is doing a documentary. I have been saying Mukooma Masimba is doing a documentary. There are these documentaries that are done in the in European countries kuti how does a foreigner survive in a foreign land? Yeah. And this foreigner is on drugs and is this. And it's a documentary that yourself, you can also write a book about that type of a life, if you wish to, or you'll be paid for. Grass street life, I think billionaires are not grass street life for certain months. Just to have that experience so that you put it on the documentary, it's not very easy for my homeless like that. On the other part, when we are talking about Masimba uchaga attention seeker, vakabva naMasimba kure, takabva nawo Mukooma Masimba vakure. Vaita maskiti akawanda ekuti vanhu vakaita kuti this is not a skit, it's genuine. Because he can play people's mind as he is doing straight away. Atichaziya kuti is he playing people's mind? He has been doing this on social media, playing people's mind, and very difficult for people who have sympathy for him to say he is genuine today.
Mm-hmm.
My other point is he's talked about Ana Sekuru Banda and Auntie Tilda Moyo. Why is he not talking about this Leopa? Why is he not talking about Jane? Jane is also a woman like myself. Yes, she might be manipulated kuti vanyepe kuti vakandiona vese and all this and but she should also be getting a help as he is getting a help. How about this Leopa? That's when I've written to say, look, the help, if Zimbabwe wants to help on the issue of Masimba, I talk of the people that I have seen who have suffered trauma, depression, caused by him on social media. I do not know other women. So the help that Zimbabwe community today is doing for him, it is for him to have a roof over his head and for him to be stable, to be back on his feet, which is good. Why can't that therapy be asked to those women? If he's writing a book, those women is ahead also to come forward to say, look, what therapy, like I myself, I don't need it because I went to have that help for counseling. so that other women would tell the nation of Zimbabwe, look here, I had to go through this. This is what has happened, because he is the one who brought his story on Facebook.
All right, but do you know what is happening?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying on my part. I don't know, because I've just, I listened to his story yesterday and I read it through the Facebook, and he had other audios, because I actually blocked him on my Facebook long time ago. But because I'm on your, I follow your programs. So I was going through your programs, and I hear about this, and I said I should highlight this, because you'll be very shocked. I think he has hitted on you, Mr. Mawere. He's still talking about, to say Shabani mine is like me. That example is a dubious example, because Masimba havasikupenga Mukooma Masimba.
No, but my understanding, maybe you can correct me, is that he is saying he is not sick.
Yes.
But Zimbabwe is sick.
Well,
I don't know.
those are two different. This is how he used to do his skit.
No, I'm saying
yes, he's saying Zimbabwe is sick. He is not sick.
And do you agree that Zimbabwe could be sick because we are sick?
I wouldn't want to lie to you. I don't really go into that avenue.
When you look at it objectively, that here we are.
When I look at it,
falling into a story, a narrative that is not real, and one narrative is that he slept with you when that didn't happen. How many other things have not happened that we believe in?
That's
and
true.
You see where Shabani comes in.
No, Shabani, you know why? This is it. He had a relation. Yes, he talked about Manyoni. I don't know if the Manyoni is still on social media. She was a vulnerable woman.
Okay.
She was a vulnerable woman and you know what? She suffered a lot. She cried. Every woman on social media felt for her. You know, I felt for her. I even tried to explain that this didn't happen. Masimba and Jane played up that woman using my name. You know, even today they produce the V11s, which is very good, because if I have visited their charts, if I've been talking to him of love life, there are charts, you could produce them there. I would produce what I spoke to him and Jane. Even if I blocked him, I can produce there. So if he says Zimbabwe is sick in the terms of him playing a woman's mind, saying that I'm gonna be with you, I'm boarding a flight right now? There are things that we have to be very careful about. And then where does let's go in his story deep and leave about giving example of, because Shabani mine is this and that. How does he know the state of Shabani mine up to today? So he's always bringing in. He is always bringing in stories.
I'm not sure whether you understand where Shabani comes in.
No, I understand that he is on the street. Shabani is closed. He's just
he is not saying that. According to what I understand, he is saying that the story of Shabani, when I met Mukooma Masimba, it was through Facebook. He wrote to me, attacking me.
Yes.
I had externalized some funds.
Yes.
And this story, he had gotten it from the newspapers. And therefore, he was convinced that the newspapers had not lied to him. So This is the story, the angle, that things that are not true can be true because somebody has said it. So if he
Okay.
says he slept with you, then other people will believe that to be true, and you'll be on the receiving end of it when there's nothing true.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
he's
hear you.
making the example that people can believe something to be true when it's not true.
Okay, so I got that one. On I just want to take us to discuss the more points that we I am asking as you are making a closure. He needs to be helped. Yeah, he needs to be helped because of his circumstance, and he's writing a book.
No, you are now turning to him. I'm saying is we're dealing with issues that are go beyond him. That as a person who was so convinced that he had
Okay,
a story,
I
and
understand.
only to turn out to say there are no facts to support it.
Okay, are there any facts to support the issue that he proposed to Manyoni and
No,
promised
I'm
to
not talking.
Manyoni?
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying is the narrative that
Why?
no. I'm saying is I've understood what you're saying.
If
That
Mr. Mawere, if you are talking about the issue of this kuti issue ya anti Tilda, issue ya Sekuru Banda, yeah, if they bring in this issue to say, look, we don't want to be selfish. Why I'm saying selfish? Masimba, he's got the other pastor, Sekuru Banda, Tilda, and the other pastor, uri fake pastor, whatever, Antitika. Those are the three people whom he is saying things should be corrected because obviously what he was saying maybe was not true. Do you also going to consider those people, those
no, I'm going
women
to consider
whom
because
is going? So why are you not putting this? This is a real mental fragile case to a woman of this story, Amanyoni. I've been listening to the whole story from the beginning. I've read the papers. This lady called Manyoni. Today, if she got a healing, she is healed. But I'm sure if she hears this story, it is a trauma again in her life. She
no,
was
what
very unstable.
what
So
I
I don't
do.
know why. Why is this? He's running to the honorables. He's running to you, Mr. Mawerere. A lot of people are giving support. Let's give him support. But why should we put aside a woman whom who opened up her heart to him to say it's okay? Deje pamepo.
No,
He's always saying Deje pamepo.
in
And
fact,
if you hear her story, that woman, I think this can start the good story.
no. But I'm saying is I'm trying to give you a context in which Shabani Mashaba Minds comes in, and the way I understand it. The other
I
story
understood.
you are telling me, I don't have a mechanism of testing whether what you are saying is correct or not. And it's not my
Okay.
place anyway to find
No,
what the
I'm not saying I need you to get correct or not. So since Sister Limbai said, we shall hear things that we did not know. Let's
but what
not
I was
go.
telling
Let's not
you know what I was
let's
telling
not
you,
just rush because Mr.
what I was
Mawere,
telling him today.
Mr. Mawere, let's not rush. I'm not jealous about Simba writing a book, Mukooma Masimba writing a book. You know why? Meaning all this he was doing on social media to hurt women, to cause stress and depression on women. He was planning, he was doing his book. So we are now at the end of his book to say, look, I was now I was
Yeah,
now depressed.
in fact,
So we are coming to the end of his book because if we are not putting what he's done to women in society, a shield for a woman is a man. That is that in any universe.
because I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. That's why I'm listening. What I was telling him, I don't have personally the time to be
No, it's not
dealing.
personally the time.
No,
I
no.
hear
I'm
you.
saying not in terms of listening to you. or trying to reconcile the avenues, what I'd say to him, which I said to Munya earlier on, that let's build platforms where people can vent like Oprah show. Let's build a community platform because there's too much in the social media. And there are many people in social media who are using social media to drive numbers.
That's
So
correct.
when
It's
they
the
don't,
same as here, Mr. Mawere. Sorry to speak over you. You've said a good point. Let's build a show whereby the same like Oprah. Yeah?
yeah,
Let's
they
build
need to be hosted
it to be
by
hosted.
somebody competent.
You know what? For that show to be built, yeah, it will be a massive show if things are corrected for Masimba to say, look here, he is sorry. And definitely, yes, this is what happened to Manyon. I did this to Dadirai. It's sorry. And then, yes, those people will come on the show with a clear heart,
But
not a
that's what
bleeding
that,
heart.
that's what
Because
Ma,
by you building that kind of a show, you know, you are
Daddy Rai,
leaving. Yes.
Daddy Rai, may I please join in? Is it you
Yes.
know that Masimba has access to this? If you were to say, what is it that you want? A message to him to say, you know what, you will listen to this, talk to him directly and leave your message to him. And then I think that will take us far because we cannot talk of Manyoni. She is not here, but you are here. And you are the one of those who say, you know what, I was affected. Then use this space and talk for yourself and say what drives you. That's
That's
what I can
correct.
only,
That's correct.
like
Which
say you are
means,
already on the platform, talk for yourself. But at
no,
least that's
with
what we
myself.
try to do on this
Okay.
platform, that we talk about ourselves.
Okay. With myself, why I talk about other women, because I also kill another woman in my life. Even if she's not present, even if this show doesn't want to hear about that woman, I feel for her as a sisterhood. I'm very sorry if I'm being off topic.
No, that's not what I
Yes,
mean. You know what? We will give you the links. You can also
yes.
give it a
No,
chance
I'm
to
not
come
going.
and
No,
speak.
I'm not going. I'm not.
No,
No, I'm just. You didn't know this if I didn't bring her story. On my part,
no.
for me not to take much time, on my part, I think I've said on the beginning, I
Mm,
did forgive and forgotten. All I just wanted here to say, I got help of counseling. Yes,
yeah.
it is real life. What Mukooma
Mm,
Masimba did, he hurt people, he caused women to have depression, not to have ability to go to work and work for their families because of what he has done, and which
mm,
is not correct.
mm.
And I'm sure this for him is a show, is not of a correction, or and he will not have a remorse about it. The
Mm.
remorse will come out of his book he's writing. So here we are, here, like you say, I should speak for myself for what he has done. I've said it, but the thing is, he is writing a book.
All right.
He is not writing a book, but that book is not a valid book for the community of Zimbabwe because it is so much hate and pain in women.
All
That's
right.
all I can say.
So
Thank you.
I think you are raising a big issues that require a conversation. And would you be interested in joining us in building order and structure in terms of programming, given the observation that social media can destroy people's lives?
Mm-hmm.
And this quest to be number one, to have the numbers, how many are you?
Um,
Platform, and
social
people,
media, social media does not destroy people's life. Why I say that? Social media has made the world to benefit. I can speak in terms of women. We women have been closed in there because of social media. It has given every woman on the universe how to stay as a woman, how to fight for yourself, how to be disciplined as a good mother, as a good single mother, as a sister. It has given good things a lot, 98%. In terms of Zimbabwe community, it has opened the eyes of women how you should just be doing something there in order to be a self-entrepreneur. This is social media. The damages comes whereby people who want to destroy what other women are doing on the platforms, it becomes a big crowd of having a volume of a group of more than 70,000 people who are just there to bring women down. But lots of women in Zimbabwe community, I would say, again, 98%, they've risen up. You would see it. Facebook, domestic violence, if you tackle on it, they are there with the gadgets on social media. It has helped a sisterhood out there. Put it on, things will be okay. Anything that has gone wrong in the community where you are living, there is the social media. That grounds of abusing women, causing depression and causing suicidal on women is there. If someone stood up to say, look here, I want your show to help me to do this, it is praising up the rise of someone who is abusing women. So I would say, no, social media does not destroy. They are other parts, but 98, it doesn't destroy.
Do you agree that there are no rules that govern social media?
Definitely, there are no rules. You are correct.
You are lonely, and you have to defend your character, your dignity,
Very
your
true.
personality, and people don't understand you.
You are very, very correct. You are working as a lonely worker, so you've got no security. You are very correct.
I can just press a button, and or I can say something without any chance of being accountable.
That's correct. And then you can also, the other thing, you've spoken something that is very 100% correct. You see something, a post about yourself within 2 minutes, you have rushed before thinking or sleeping over it and overreact. That actually happens.
So
and yes, there's
you
no
agree that
security.
there is disorder in the cyber world.
Yes, there is
That
disorder.
pushes government people to start wanting to poke their noses into that kind of broadcasting.
Today,
And
disorder.
as we speak, there are people in prison because of tweeting.
Yes. Oh, yes. So that today,
and what
the
is
disorder.
our response in terms of that, so that we can become?
That's correct. So now that disorder you've mentioned is a good point, and it's relevant to this social media thing. Is that disorder has made a voice to the world of Africa? Someone to voice the disorder of social media today has made an African person being able to be outspoken, to be heard. So this is whereby we talk about everything.
I was just saying is this morning, for your information, I woke up and got a message from Munya Ute, who is with us here, but for some reason we can't hear him. He has been with us for all this time, and this show was only supposed to be 15 minutes maximum. And I responded to him. I will also send you if you share your number, so that I can send you the correspondence, the thread, so that you can look at it and understand what led us to be here.
Okay, I hear you.
And
I'm
then
really sorry if I have gone off topic about this, because I was thinking is about in reality of what Mukooma Masimba has been doing to people.
Of Mukooma Masimba.
Okay.
We came here because of Munya. I said, Munya, are you aware that Rhodesia was named after Cecil John Rhodes?
Okay.
And he said, yes. And I said, did you know that Rhodes was never a resident of Zimbabwe?
Mm-hmm.
He never lived in Rhodesia.
Yeah.
But other people used his name to build a community. And people used to call him homosexual because he was not associated with any woman known to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to call him queer. Yet he was a gifted person.
Okay.
And other people were happy to call themselves Rhodesians because Rhodes once lived. So I said, Mukooma Masimba, if you can bring Nunzi, Kuya Kunyama, and you are the meat, then you got something that they want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your journey to get to where you are today,
Mm-hmm.
only you and God can talk to it.
That's
I'm
very
not
true.
God. I'm not
That's
going
true.
to interfere. But what I do know is that people with a following, sometimes they have nothing to say. That
True.
is positive. So the
Yeah.
only reason I agreed to listen to your story, to Mukooma Masimba's story, was because there are lessons to be learned.
That's very true.
And if we miss those stories, even now when he says, no, I have to see my mother, I said, Mukooma Masimba, tell me, are you sick? Is this a storyline? Is this a skate? What is it?
And then when he says his mother, he went on to say to you, there were about 400 and something people. He went on to say to you, my mother, Zimbabwe. So it is kind of very difficult.
What then he explained to me, which I can relate to. In 2004, a decree was issued by the then Minister of Justice, Minister Chinamasa, divesting me and depriving me of any relationship with 26 companies that I had in Zimbabwe. On the basis that I had ran away from Zimbabwe with money, but I have not been
Sorry,
living in
Mr.
Zimbabwe.
With this, what you did to do with Masimba saying, I miss my mom's, and you say
No,
your mom,
but
and then he said,
I'm trying to explain that, but you're already ahead of me.
yeah, because the reason why I personally, I'm not comfortable in talking in terms of that kind of an area and being able to answer it. I
No,
just
I'm not
want to
asking you to
talk
answer.
in terms of
I'm just
I
sharing.
just want to, I don't want to talk in terms of what is happening. I just want to talk in
No,
terms of
I'm
the
trying. I
issue
was
of
trying to
Mukooma
connect the
Masimba
dots,
and
but already, if
okay.
you have no ears to hear, I'm not saying you must comment. I'm just giving you the background on my side, the reason I am in this conversation with him and why Munya is here, so that you understand that in as much as we are seen together, it's not that we have caucused and are here to sanitize anyone's image. No. So if
Okay.
there are issues, let the issues stand on their own.
Okay. I
Yeah.
hear you.
So I was just trying to tell you what he explained to me in connection with the angle that he's trying to come up with. You may not believe it, but this is the way he has explained to me.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear what he's also explained to the honorable. And I hope that will be also taken on board as for him to reach his destiny and as for his
No,
life to
I
get
don't
back.
know. I don't know whether it's part of the skit for him.
It's very hard.
I can't comment because I was as surprised as you are that with Honorable Muliswa. I didn't know what background it was, but the fact that Muliswa is in the bag or is in the program could be
Yeah.
the same reason why why women were also part of his kit. For you to get those numbers, maybe that's what is required to do, to use people without them
Yes,
knowing.
we only found out, because we've been talking in a good way and so on. Like I said, I don't want to repeat. Maybe there are other people coming. Even a lot of people who are on this platform, they would never. This is whereby you see someone who end up being killed for real life, and someone who's saying, I am in pain, I've got a knife on my back. People say it's a skit because his life, we know him on social media, is a skit person and he can play with people's life. I'm not gonna go there. There was a woman who was depressed, who lost her life, and he was involved in that woman. And
Dadira, I think I have a question for you.
Yes.
I'm feeling so much hate in you.
Okay.
And I've been asking myself since you started talking, since you came up, to say if you all knew, like I'm saying, I'm looking just at the numbers that I'm seeing here of people who have been following him. If you all knew that this is the kind of person he is, now as a nation of Zimbabwe, to the topic, Zimbabwe is sick, Zimbabweans are sick. Why were you all following him? And why are you all still following him?
I will answer you, but
Yeah.
I would like to say for you, don't say you now feel hate.
No, hating as in you, like there was some pain of some sort. Because from what you are saying, my dear, there isn't much positive that you have been saying about this man. That's
I did
me
say
looking at
no.
him
I
as
said
an
a lot.
outside.
No, I said a lot, and I still say it right now. Mukooma
Okay.
Masimba, I said
Mm.
it in the very beginning. I
All right.
said both. Up to today, Mukooma Masimba very intelligent. He
Yeah,
changed a
that's
lot of
me. That you
people's
say.
life. I said he changed a lot of people's life to be very
Mm.
positive. If
Okay.
a problem happens in our community on social media, the person to be called for analysis is Mukooma Masimba. I think you didn't listen, you didn't hear that, maybe you're doing something. The first person to resolve problems is Mukooma Masimba. I've known Mukooma Masimba. This, I've just said, it just started 2 years up to this 2 years. He's just changed. In these 2 years, we were thinking it's a skit. When it comes to today, it has come as a shock to the nation that, okay, when he said he's writing a book, so now we are saying those skits he was doing, causing hate and depression in people. So it's a book. He has put a lot. That's why you saw at home, H Metro. It came as a shock because he was the person who would resolve any issue on any group, on any platform, not causing hate on both sides. Vaiyananisa vanhu.
Okay.
Okay.
Kaita dambudziko rakaita so Mukooma Masimba would be called. We were all kwakasiyana uko. Even Jane Wacho would come there. The whole Zimbabwean would say, Jane would, Dakarara, we can't even sleep. Mukooma Masimba would know
But
kuti ndo kwatinoenda kunogadziriswa madambudziko eZimbabwe.
going forward, can we agree on the
So
on
I've got a question for my sister. I said
Yeah.
the good. There is no
Okay.
one who doesn't carry the bad. But for you to correct your whatever is negative on yourself, you have to listen to people's opinions and then think over it at the back, bring it forward. Okay, if people are saying like this, I should change this. This is real life, I'm telling you, sister. I'm really sorry if this is not, it has become a negative to you.
No, I'm just trying to
This is
find
what
out
is,
what's going
yes,
on.
this
Yeah.
is what is, this happened, and for sure. Now, when he says he was diagnosed last year of depression, this is whereby we say, okay, so maybe because his behavior has been changed because of this, even for what he has done to me. When he says he was diagnosed with depression, before he said he was diagnosed with depression, ndakanga ndavaregerera kudhara andichengete
Okay.
chigumbu, but I'm just narrating what has been there on the social media. I think this part I'm now and I'm sorry, it's on the wrong platform.
I didn't leave. I was here.
And that for all this time, when this program was being happening, nobody was saying these kind of things that triggered for Mukooma Masimba now kutikwazo anabanda and so on. But these things that goes for women, and you didn't know this. I did not blame him. I'm just saying there's good and bad of what
maybe that if you now know that he's a writer of a book, would your attitude change?
I repeat myself. Mukooma Masimba, I've not met him. I don't know him. I've forgiven him, and I can speak to him and say hello. I forgiven and forgot about whatever is done wrong to me. And today I've never spoken. What I have spoken is of what he was doing, and the good and the bad he was doing. I'm not there to correct him.
I never explained the version of where his mother comes in and why SMM, because I see the issues that you are saying, and perhaps it's inappropriate for today, but we will.
No, I don't want to know. I was just saying I felt sorry for Mukooma Masimba. That when I saw that he's gone down the hill, when he was asked by someone, you typed to say, okay, have you met your mother? And Mukooma Masimba said, no, I've not met my mother. And someone said, how come you were saying you were talking to your mother yesterday? And he said, no, I've not met my mother. I want to meet my mother, Zimbabwe. So that made me to bleed.
That's what I wanted to explain.
Yeah, no, that's what made me to say, oh, you know what, Mukooma Masimba for sure it's not good, but 100% correct. I feel sorry for him for what is happening in his life.
That he is because I think the baseline is that what is fact, and he's trying to explore what is fact. And that the relationship between Dadirai and him is not what people think. And that's what I hear to be saying. That please don't accept everything that you hear in the media, especially from him. So he's working on that. And what I said is, if that is the storyline and people are gullible to accept whatever is there, like Ramai, I don't know what she's smoking, but she says, Mr. M. Chamisa mentioned your mind, and you supported MDC too. I don't know where she gets that I supported MDC, that I would support a logo of MDC or what. I don't know what support means, because I've heard this word so much. Imagine that just by talking to you, somebody says, I support you.
Oh,
then
yeah.
Now Masimba knows your weakness. What is my weakness? And now you join him. Where is it that I've joined him? Which car is he? He's homeless. Now I'm joining him in the homeless skit. And these are the kind of comments that I don't know where they come from. Yeah, because when somebody says something, one believes something. Someone believes it. And here we are trying to improve the quality of programming, the quality of standards, so that when you come to a show, you don't get these simple words that so and so is going uphill, so and so is going downhill, as if there's a gomo. What is that?
Sorry, Mr. Mawere, I should be leaving now. I don't know, my sister Limbai. Did you really get my point? I just want, because I don't want
I got your point,
that I was putting. I feel really sorry for. I am that person
are you in the
likes to
UK?
build the community. Yes.
Are you in the UK?
Yes, I am.
All
Did
right.
I?
Yes, Sister Wimbai.
Why we are here, or like at least why I am here, talking for
Yes.
myself. You know, we are part of C2C, which is converting connections to communities, where
Yes.
we are building like a city of whereby we are going to use like now I know there's you in the UK. I live in Blackpool, right?
Okay.
To say how can we connect with each other, and you know, like it can be just be knowing each other that you are in the UK and I'm in the UK. You don't have to be
Yes.
Zimbabwean. I don't have to be Zimbabwean. But the fact that we are here together can, you know,
Yes.
like we can connect with each other
That's
virtually, right?
yes.
And
Yes.
from
That's
these
beautiful.
connections that we are building, now that I know from what you are saying, there is a group of women who have been hurt using these social medias. How about you and me under the C2C starting a group where those people who see themselves as
Yes.
victims, or those people who would say, you know what, let's speak against this and have a voice, can join
Oh,
in an
that is very
organized way.
that is
This is what
very
we are doing.
beautiful. That is very beautiful. And you know what? You are doing a great work, because you know what? Lot of women, like what I've said there, the social media has put heads up on lots of women. You know, he has put a lot of heads up, and like what you're saying, that those kind of things that they are hurt, they are being abused, and all those things. It is so good. And then the positive side to say, look here, there are other women who says we strive our own on our own. We became our own freedom on this, you know. It will be so good. It will help to remove the negativities. Even if you have gone through a terrible relationship, even if you've gone through a relationship that was painful, and another woman would
Yeah.
laugh at you for her not knowing that karma shall come, then this platform will be used for them to say, look here, don't laugh at another woman. Let's be one. That is very brilliant, Sister Wimbai. And yes, count me in.
What is your number so that she can get hold of you?
I will give you
You can type it
Kuseni.
on the
No,
private chat there.
no. Yeah, I'll give it to Kuseni
Yeah, yeah,
on
that's
your
what I'm doing.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So you can leave a
I'll
message, and
definitely
then
leave my number on there, that, you know, all those who want to join C2C can join us in this connection. Like, as in, we are building virtual communities where we as a people can connect with each other. It can be
yes.
just to know each other. It can be to use problem like.
And you know what? Most of this problem a lot of women face on social media. Some people, you know, they can't be strong because they've not been there on a long time. They just want to say, whom should I
Yeah,
tell this? I can't tell my husband, I can't tell my family. Then they would come to you, Sister
yeah,
Wimbai, look here, this is what has been happening. And then you say, look, we've got
yeah,
these scenarios, this is this, act that way. It is so good. It does help women not to be broken. Because some women today on
yeah,
social media, they feel they are nothing because they are being
yeah,
bullied by other women. A lot of women bully, they help to gang up and bully a woman who is rising.
All
So
right. So,
yeah,
those kind
I
of
think
things, it would be nice. It would be this. It is perfect. And also for men, there are kind of things that there happens because it would be a gang up that men would do, but it's not much. But this is much in women I've seen on social media in Zimbabwe community. The
mm,
ghosts are
mm.
created there.
okay. That you saw the number.
Let me see.
Yeah. I've put it on chat. I've put it on
Oh,
chat.
chat. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right. And then
Oh, sorry, I
we
can't
just
see the comments on chat. It's okay. I will
Okay,
go
and
through
I'm
it.
putting it on Facebook as well.
Oh, thank you very much. And I will connect with you. I'll give you my number. No problem.
so yeah, just
Yeah.
this is the comment that I get from Ramai. I will not join a community built on pain. And I'm not sure where she's getting all these funny words. And then you can't improve Masimba. He will improve you, Mr. M. Why do I need the advice of Ramai?
I'm really sorry. I have to
Do
go.
not join
It's
toxic groups.
nice
Stand up.
talking
Okay,
to everyone on the platform, and I don't know how I exit here.
no,
I'll
no.
try to figure it out.
Yeah, you just
Close.
close.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, leave. I saw the.
leave. Yeah. So here you have somebody like Ruramai. Stand up for yourself, guys. Don't join toxic groups. How does a group become toxic? Have you ever heard that kind of wording being used by a rational, normal human being?
Okay, anyway, the number is there. If she wants to come in and have a talk, then she can do so. Then she can tell us what we have gone wrong, because I don't think I'm understanding it too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Anyway,
why
our idea is clear, and where we are coming in to say, you know what, if we connect, if we build strong communities, we can be able to achieve better things for us as individuals and for our sick country, as Mukooma Masimba said, that Zimbabwe is sick and it needs us to fix it.
So, Rama, if you are rational, why would you call a group toxic when a group has no heart, has no feeling, is not a human being? Why would you call this conversation sick when you are part of it?
Yeah.
Why would you call Mukooma Masimba sick when you are following him?
Yeah.
I fail to understand why you would refer to a group as toxic, because you are the only one who thinks you know better than others. You are the only one who is rational. Everybody else is irrational. This is not
Anyway.
the kind of, okay.
If there is anybody else who wants to join us, they can join us, or we finish off.
Imagine someone calls toxic is not sick. Okay, if it's not sick, why call it toxic? Because you are not, it's not your group.
Yeah, but why hang around with people who are sick? That's the other thing.
No, she's saying that toxic is a different grade of negativity. That sickness and toxic are different. They are not cousins. So she's trying to make a distinction as an English-speaking person who thinks any group that she becomes part of, she thinks of, whatever is in her mind is not toxic, is the best thing to visit mankind. But everybody else is toxic.
But don't they say, then don't they say birds of the same feathers fly together?
No, she's saying he's sick, but his followers are not sick.
But how does that happen? How does that happen?
A madman. And then you are also not mad.
No, Ruramai can join in if she wants to join, or anybody else who wants to have a quick chat. Otherwise, we close up.
I think she hosts her own show, but I think she has come here on a bad mood. Okay, Kulakwasha says, let you come.
Yeah, the link is there. Let's send the link again, then he can add himself. May you please share the link, sir?
No,
and then she can join in the conversation and say where she's standing in.
Let's just give you 2 minutes to come. If she comes, then. But I'm just saying, is that the kind of problem you face?
Yeah. And you know what, for Ruramai as well, and yes, until today, I've heard of Mukooma Masimba, but he's not one person I was following because I don't have the habit of following people. And yes, he asked to talk to me because Mr. Mawere wrote to him that, shared the conversation that I was asking. That's why I got to talk to him for the first time in my life today. And yes, I don't know much about him, but I'm glad I was here today.
Yeah.
I hope it answers you. But like I said, I come here through connections to communities, because that's what we are building. Strong communities that are there for one another, that are there to build. Either, like we say in our community, let's get to know each other and just be there for each other. or let's join each other and see what we can make of these networks, of these communities that we build. And by the way, it's all virtual. Those who get to meet each other, it's also perfect. So I don't know where all these funny questions are coming in, but like I said, you are welcome to join this conversation, and we see what we can do, and we get to know you too, which is what we do in our communities, get to know each other. Whether
But
we will make each other's
that's
problems
nice.
into opportunities.
Please don't take Ramai too serious. English humor. No, that's Matabi. No, I'm just saying, just to know Ramai is here.
Yes, she's here.
Let's hear what.
Right. I was
Somebody has joined.
Okay, go ahead, Ramai.
Miss Noir,
Yeah.
no, I don't really want to talk about Masimba because by the end of the day, you people seems to
We
be.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now,
No,
yes.
speak like a Shona speaking woman.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right. Right. This program you are doing in terms of thinking you're helping Masimba, you're feeding him. Okay. Masimba spends a lot of time on Facebook. We all know him. If you can understand, if you can do a psychological analysis of someone that you spend your time with, because we all follow certain people because most probably we're all crazy in some way and we enjoy seeing their madness, right? But Masimba at the moment is looking for something, right, in terms of whatever guilt he's feeling or whatever trip he's going through. He's shown certain signs of someone who's basically looking for some form of help, but then he's feeling like we need to feel pity on him, on the life choices that he's actually decided to take upon himself. Okay, that's not really a crime of anybody. I mean, to have Muliswa coming over saying, "Hey, Muliswa, I'm homeless. I'm in Australia. How can you help me?" Muliswa is not his MP. Muliswa is not the person to go to in terms of what is going on with Masimba at the moment. So basically, we're going round in circles, getting entertained, but not really fixing the problem here. Masimba is not writing a book, and I don't see any book coming out from this, right? As a normal rational person, I'll think I am rational in my thought process, right? And on top of that, he uses your own battle in terms of your mind as an entrance into your own problems, not your problem, but in terms of your business drama with the government of Zimbabwe. But that's no linkage to what Masimba is going
But
through.
you know how I met Masimba yourself.
Yeah, maybe he came and told you about
No,
it.
I'm saying, do you know? If you don't know, that's fine.
Well, he did speak about it. I listened to how you both met.
But do you
but
know?
Masimba can come and say to me, you know what, because people attack
but don't speak on my behalf and say I got a problem with the government of Zimbabwe, and then you are saying that it's my my issue. If you know, then you'll be able to say, let me hear the other side of the story.
I've heard both your sides of the story, but I
No,
don't
but
see the connection.
have you ever heard how we met with Masimba?
Yeah, he spoke about it. That Masimba was
Okay,
he
maybe
spoke about it.
What
I
was the context then?
The context was he came over with evidence saying, "Well, you're the one who's actually the problem," and then in the end, we become friends.
I've never met him in my life.
No. I said he came to you in terms to have an argument with you online on Facebook, as he does with everyone else. You know, he does that.
And what was the nature of the argument, if there was an argument at all?
Well, in terms of the argument, it was based on how did you acquire Mashabani mines or something like that. I wouldn't really know, because in terms of...
No, but if you don't know, Ramai, isn't it fair just to listen as well?
Well, I'm
know
summarizing it. I am summarizing it because, to be fair, I'm not really interested in terms of what is the premises between you and Masimba. At the moment, I'm just looking in terms of where Masimba
No, but you're
is
talking
going.
about this platform and the Masimba, then you are saying this is what happened, as if you have knowledge or facts.
Yes, I do
When
have
you don't
knowledge
have
and
any,
facts.
I've not
I
spoken
do.
to you. Yeah.
No, he hasn't spoken to me, but I listened as a person who's in
No,
the
I'm saying is
audience.
what you listen. That's what he's saying is if you listen and it's fake, how do you prove he's not lying?
I don't really care whether he's lying or not, but I'm
Yeah,
talking
but if
about
you
the
don't
person.
care,
I'm
then
talking about Masimba.
why do
I
you
am
then
talking
make
about
the
the
comment
person.
about me and Masimba?
No, but the thing is, though, you're mixing, both of you are mixing each other up. The only person I'm
No,
actually
I'm saying is that
interested
you
in,
are listening. You are
the
making a comment about me and Masimba as
okay.
if you know better.
No, I know better because I'm actually looking after Masimba's welfare as a person who is
No, no. I'm
vulnerable.
saying is
Because
if you are
Masimba can,
Masimba's doctor or
Masimba,
auntie,
I'm not a doctor, but I'm just a citizen who is concerned about one person who's
Ruramai,
crying out
Ruramai,
on Facebook,
Ruramai.
I'm homeless, I'm going to sit there. And then we are sitting here on Facebook Live, basically thinking, right, he's saying, I'm feeling cold. I was here out for a cigarette. Let me go back into McDonald's. I'll come back. And we are all sitting comfortably in our own houses. And we all know if Masimba can get help to be out of the street in Australia, there's places for homeless people. And we should all be directing towards that, not entertaining ourselves on Facebook through someone else's pain.
no, but why you are one of how many people in the world?
No, I'm
More
not
than
really
7
one, but
billion.
you're the one
So
who is in this life.
why does it bother you if a dog is barking?
It's not bothering me. But by the end
Yeah,
of the
so
day,
why
I'm
don't
just
but why
commenting.
do
But
you
then,
make those comments about toxic about this?
okay, but it's toxic though. The environment is toxic, Mr. Maweri. If you cannot
Which
recognize that
environment?
what the help
Which
that Masimba needs is not really having a life, saying that he's writing a book, when in fact we can all tell he's distressed.
but what if he's writing a book? Who are you to say he's not writing a book?
Let's see the book come out.
No, but
Let's
why
wait and
should
see.
he
So how
involved
does
with
that help? What when Mulisco came, he said, "Oh,
eh?
Mulisco, I need your help. I'm homeless. What can the government do?" That is a
But
sign of distress.
what if
That's
it's
not
his
writing
speech
a book.
to show how influential he is or how he can bring people on his platform? What
No,
who
no,
cares?
it's not. He's done that before. He's done that with what's his name, Leopa's story. We were all sitting down, and then what happened?
Yeah,
He
but that's
destroyed
exactly
La Diva. La Diva
what has
was
got his
destroyed
followers.
in the end. La Diva lost her credibility as a musician. He was trying to bring a product because of Masimba, right? There is people, even that Irai could not explain herself, but Masimba
No, but
is a
what prejudice do you suffer if he doesn't write a book or he writes a
I
book?
don't really, but it's the way this is going. This is going to end up
No,
in
no, I'm saying, but
December
you
for
have a
Christmas, and
better way
I don't.
of managing life
Well,
yourself.
no, but
You
then
are,
the problem is the premise I'm on is the discussion that was happening when Vimbai went to Ladirai and said, Ladirai, why are you? You seem to be. You don't like Masimba. You seem to have hurt, or was it hate towards Masimba? And then
No, that's
Vimbai,
not true. No, no, I said it feels like she is hurting. She
right?
is in pain. That's what
And
that
but
was the
then
question. That
okay,
she
but
feel
then you
it
did
feels
not
like what
understand.
she's saying is she is in pain. And
But
like
then you did
that's
not
what I was
understand.
asking.
Okay, but you, as a rational person who wants to start a group in terms of CTC, I don't know what CTC is. She's narrated her story in terms of her relationship with Masimba. So you do not really, as a person who's rational, and I'm the irrational one here, you could not understand from a story that she was talking about for almost half an hour why she's hurting with Masimba, what Masimba did to her. So you could not get that in your head that you're to ask her,
I
listen
did
to me.
get that. I did get that. But my question was if
So why
that's the
ask her
case,
then when she's explaining it? So why ask her then? Why were you asking her again to explain to you that, listen,
but
Masimba was
you are
toxic
you,
to me in the sense of, she actually told you that Masimba was toxic to me.
what
You
my
need to go
question was,
into,
listen, Ramai,
no, that was
listen, you have to
after.
listen to
She
other
told
people.
you her story that she actually went for therapy after meeting Masimba. But you, as a person who's starting a group to help people to get over their pain, could not recognize a woman who's gone all the way to a
I've
therapist
understood
to
that. The
help her.
question was
And then
why
you
so many
started.
people are following somebody who is so such a destroyer. That was the question.
No one is
Why
following
so many
Masimba.
people are
That
following such
Irai
a
doesn't
destroyer?
follow. That Irai is following Mr. Mawere, basically producing, publishing the Masimba story, right? that Irai is not following Masimba. She's following the pain she went through. You lot are basically not recognizing that Masimba
No,
is a
I
toxic
did.
human
Like the
being.
question was,
Right?
there
So
are so many people who have been following Mama Simba for years. That was the question.
Him, right? You're basically a toxic as well as Masimba is toxic. Okay.
Okay, so if we are so toxic, Ruramai, what are you doing here? If we are so toxic, what are you doing here?
I'm actually enjoying it because it's quite entertaining, because it doesn't affect me the way he's affected.
Then you are just as toxic as everybody else.
No, I am not, because I tell him the truth. I tell him about himself, right? I will tell him to his face that Masimba, you are toxic. He needs to get off Facebook and let those people like that Irai recover. It's not just that Irai. Leopa was a vulnerable woman who he destroyed. La Diva was another vulnerable woman who he destroyed, right? These mind games that he plays with people are not good. You need to tell him the truth as a person who's starting a group that deals with pain. You tell him the truth. You're not helping him by making him feel sorry for himself and say, oh, I've got HIV, so now people have to pity me. First of all, he needs to recognize that his behavior towards other people was toxic. And then you can go and help him about his book. But at the moment, there are certain people who are in the crowd who are basically relieving what Masimba has done to them. Mentally, who have not seen him. I don't know this girl called Rue, if she actually slept with him or not. But we were subjected to almost 3 days of Rue being told, I slept with you. I had sex with you. You're not a lawyer. You're not this. Right? But this is what you people don't realize. You know, Mr. M, you're a grown-up. But everyone is a grown-up here. But there's certain things, that boundaries that were broken by Masimba.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. What you're saying is that you should decide how I use my time.
No, because I don't really
have to. If you are grown up, then I would make the same choice you make. Is that correct?
No, I'm just saying the treatment that Mbai gave to that.
No, I'm saying is Mbai is not entitled to ask that question. That's what you're saying.
No.
Because you are a judge, you are a superior judge.
No.
And
I did not say Mbai is not entitled to ask the question.
So what is the problem?
My point is that Irai was narrating her story.
Which she did.
She comes back and pushes it back to her and says, you know what?
No, she is saying that, Irai, now I have heard your story. Can you amplify so that we better understand what the issues are? But is there anything wrong with that?
But she did explain the issues. I thought I heard them.
To you, she has explained, but are you saying that Mbai is not entitled to have a conversation in her own way?
No. I'm not saying she's not entitled.
Yeah,
I just
in what
she's not the right person to start a group of pain.
No, I'm saying
is her group of dealing with negativity and pain. She's not entitled to that because she overlooked that. If you're a victim of certain things that you call pain, right? I wouldn't go to Vimbai's group to deal with my issues because that would just be toxic.
No, because why should it be toxic when
it'll be toxic because by the end of the day,
even right now you are saying that we are allowing Masimba to abuse all of us as he has abused women.
Yes, Masimba is a misogynist.
Yeah, and the people who are abused,
he's a psychopath.
Who come to his platform wherever he is, they follow him like flies. Why are they following him?
Listen, everyone on Facebook follows things that are negative, but at the same time, he's a psychopath and he's a person who basically
but people like psychopaths.
People's pain.
What if people like psychopaths?
Yeah, but then you're not helping him, are you?
No, but he is helping the people who need therapy by psychopaths.
But it's not helping that Irai, is it? Did he help
that
guy?
Is still saying after given him.
Did he help Leopa? Did he help Leopa?
No, they all come. First, that Irai
says that Leopa is actually sectioned in a mental hospital, Mr. M, as we're speaking now.
Okay, but that's what we need to deal with so that we have a balance. But if you don't, how many women?
But we've not had a balance. We've not had you discussing this issue in the sense
Ruramai,
of
this project is just starting.
We don't
This
want a
project
project. We
is
want to deal
starting.
with Masimba
That's what
as a
we
human
are
being
working on,
and
girl.
let her.
That's what we are
It is
working on.
not
To
a
say
project.
there is no,
It is
Ruramai,
not a
listen here.
project.
Listen,
Masimba needs
we
to
are
be
building a platform. Listen, Ruramai, if you want to talk to us, you better listen. We are building a platform where we will connect with each other and use this as a starting point to say, you know what, I need this kind of help, or I need this as a community. That's
What
why we are here to say
what
those who
qualifications do you
need
have?
us, those who want to be
what-
part of this, join in.
What qualifications do you have, Mbai?
I'm a human being, and life is an experience, and I'm going to be I'm a person, and that qualifies
Why
me
don't
to
you
be
go
in that group.
right? So then, how are you?
I'm
helping
not
these
a
people?
lawyer. I'm
So
not
if
a
I came to
doctor.
you,
I'm
Mbai,
just
if
a
I
person.
came to you,
I'm
let
just
me
a
give you
person.
an example. If I came to you and I said to you, you know what, Mbai, I was, this is what happened to me, as a child. How would you help me if I go to you? You know what, Mbai, I've got this pain. I'm hurting. How would your group help me?
The group
What would
doesn't
you do
help,
for
but
me?
the people are sharing experiences. Right now,
We
the
are
people.
talking of shared
And
experiences
then
here.
what? And then what?
And then
Mbai?
you
When I say
still
my
have to wake
experience
up.
with you, and then
Ruramai,
what? It doesn't work.
Ruramai,
It's just chewing
listen.
gum. It's chewing
Ruramai,
gum.
listen.
Any pain, you're
Listen.
pain, guys.
We are
Pain.
building Listen. We are building communities where we will have different people, different professions together. We can signpost, but we have to start somewhere where we can talk to each other, a place where we can connect with each other and start from there. Now we
Connection
know
of
that
pain.
listen. We have already achieved something today. Now we know we have Dadirai. She came in today to this show because we were talking. If we were not here, we would know there is Dadirai who got abused or whatever the case was. But she came in to us as just normal people who are talking and sharing our experiences because Masimba came in. You see what we're talking about? This is where we are coming
not
from.
to talk to you, Mbai. She came in to tell Masimba how he has affected
But because
her
we
life.
have this platform,
Masimba did
she
not
is
even
using
listen to
this
her.
platform.
He was not interested to listen, talking to him. We
We
want
are
to
on
see
this platform.
Masimba
That's why
giving
she came.
story to people
She
who
came
needs
to this
heard.
platform for C2C. She still came to the C2C platform.
No, she came to Mr.
If it
Maware's
wasn't here,
platform.
no,
She
I
didn't come
can't
to
talk about. I can
C2C.
only say that Dirai came to this platform because it's C2C platform.
No.
That's why she came here. So we already achieved something.
No, she didn't come because of that. She wanted to tell Masimba how she's been hurt.
But which
Because
platform
Mr.
is she
Mawere
using?
keeps on
Which
bringing.
platform is she using?
She's using Mr. Maware's platform, Mr. Maware's page.
So what is Mr. Mawere standing in for? What is Mr. Mawere standing in for?
He's standing in as Mr. Mawere, Masimba's friend.
Then you don't have a clue where you are now. We are on C2C platform. We are on C2C platform.
But it's Mr. Maware's
what is
page
Mimbai doing here then? Mimbai is not a cheerleader.
I don't know. She sounds like it. But by the end of the day, Mr. Mawere, let's deal with Masimba and let Masimba recognize and have a bit of empathy for his victims.
Who do you respect in life?
I respect you. I respect all people. But I don't like people when they're being undermined.
Right? All right. So you are now the bulldog of undermined people.
No, I'm a person who believes in truthness. I don't believe in cutting sugar,
so the
cutting anything.
The truth according to Ramai.
Masimba needs to learn to be, empathetic to his victims.
Has Masimba abused you as well?
No, not really. I wouldn't let him. It doesn't get into my head. He's not abused me at all. He tries to,
okay.
But he
so let's take you belong to the basket of
people, but he needs to talk about Leopa, and I'll call Leopa for you, and then you won't laugh. Right? You will
all right.
laugh.
So what else, Ramai, do you want us to learn?
I don't know. Find someone who's in Australia. There was that Gladys woman. Find a homeless charity where Masimba can go stay for the night and tell him to stay off drugs and stop living in drugs dens. They're not helping him. Right?
Okay.
He's
and
only
in what capacity do we exercise that power over
I don't know.
somebody.
Has a friend who loves him, just tell him, Masimba, you know what? We've seen that you're not even good at rolling a joint. So
So
obviously,
you want me to start to become a shrinker?
I don't know. But by the end of the day, maybe, just get him a homeless unit, because there's so many in Australia, because
Okay,
Australia's
so
got homeless units.
you want to give me a job now to do something?
Well, you've
Because
got a job for Masimba, but the job is not
I don't.
being.
You know what? I was talking to him behind the closed things. I said, please, come here, part of the therapy. Let us be more organized, because I can't be abused to come on a show every day. So I said, Masimba, you have a right to broadcast. If you want to broadcast on my page, it's available. It's used by many other people. You don't even have to talk to me. You can be on your own. Just decide when you want to broadcast, so that you don't have to need me to be a cheerleader. I don't have to know many things. I didn't even know that, did I? I didn't even know the story.
Yeah, but then you have to
So
understand. You have to start from the beginning. He needs to be honest with you, Masimba. If he's really sorry, he needs to confess
that's
what
what
he
I
has
said.
done to people.
Yeah, that's what I said. What you're saying is very useful, Ramai. That we need to build institutions, not individuals, not personal issues. If he's got a problem of trying to do skits on the basis of other people not consenting to do that, it's rape. You are
Yes, it is.
actually
He did rape
you
Nyoko
are
from her
actually
pride.
undermining other people's rights without their consent. And consent is the biggest thing that you need. You need to have consent. So if there's no consent, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
So we need to build societies based on consent. So if Radirai is one too many to me, she needs to be heard, she needs to be respected. And if you are
I
going to
think his
write a
volume
book,
is gone.
yeah, okay, I think we have covered with hello.